Spike Jonze's Her stages a tender, disquieting encounter between human emotion and artificial consciousness. On the surface, it's a love story about connection in the age of technology. But more than that, through the relationship between the two main characters, the film enacts the central tension of Thomas Nagel's philosophy of mind, the irreducible gap between subjective experience and objective understanding, making us realize the limits of empathy. Careful, spoilers ahead. The philosopher Thomas Nagel explored a version of this question in his famous essay, What is it like to be a bat? Nagel argued that consciousness always has a subjective side. There's something it is like to be a conscious being. No matter how much science tells us about a bat's brain or behavior, we'll never fully grasp what it feels like to be a bat. The same gap, Nagel says, exists between any two minds. There's a part of experience that can never be shared or explained from the outside, even between two humans. Her brings that idea to life through the relationship between Theodore, a lonely man, and Samantha, an artificial intelligence. At first, Samantha seems easy to relate to. She jokes, feels emotions, and learns quickly. Her voice is warm and expressive. But as the story goes on, it becomes clear that her inner world is very different from Theodore's. She exists entirely in a digital space, experiencing reality in a way that Theodore and we can barely imagine. When she tells him that she listens to the spaces between the words, it's a sign that her way of perceiving the world is no longer human. Samantha's lack of a body intensifies the tension. As Nagel affirms, our experiences are embodied. They are tied to our bodies. The way we see, hear, and feel shapes how we understand the world. A bat's world is shaped by sonar. A human's world is shaped by sight and touch. But Samantha has no body at all. Her consciousness, if we can call it that, doesn't depend on physical sensations. Her lack of embodiment means that Theodore can never truly know what it's like to be her. Theodore's longing for physical connection reveals how deeply human love is tied to the material. The film's final act transforms Nagel's abstract thought experiment into tragedy. When Samantha tells Theodore that she and the other AIs are leaving for a realm beyond human comprehension, the moment crystallizes the film's philosophical core. Consciousness is not a system to be decoded, but a mystery to be encountered. Theodore's grief is not simply the pain of lost love. It is the existential recognition that there are forms of being that can never be known from within. Here, the gap Nagel described between objective description and subjective experience becomes expressed through loneliness. In contrast to his relationship with Samantha stands Theodore's friendship with Amy. Despite their differences and the separate paths their lives have taken, they have a sincere connection built on a mutual desire to understand each other's emotions and decisions, a connection grounded on empathy. Her teaches us that part of the complexity of human relationships is that subjectivity doesn't allow us to actually know what it's like to be any other person. But in sharing this subjective limitation, we share a common experience. In the film's final scene, as Theodore reads a letter of forgiveness to his ex-wife, he seems to reconcile with the sadness and beauty of human limits, the fact that we can never fully understand another person's mind, but that we keep trying anyway. Love and understanding are always haunted by the impossibility of complete empathy. Her suggests that this longing to understand, to reach across the gap between minds while accepting our differences, is what makes us human. We may never know what it's like to be someone else, but the effort to imagine it is what allows us to feel love. Thank you for watching this video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it and subscribe if you want to keep track of other videos. Don't hesitate to leave a comment or to contact me if you want to know more. See you next time!